You are Locked On Clippers Postcast, part of Locked On Los Angeles on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hi. Let's try that again.
You are Locked On Dodgers Postcast, part of Locked On Los Angeles on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
All right, Dodger fans, welcome. What can I say? It's a busy time of year. Clippers trying to stay in this playoff series against the Dallas Mavericks after an ugly night last night. But we are here to talk about the Dodgers, who are on a nice little road trip, and they have their bats rolling. They have hit the crap out of the ball the last couple of days. Well, at least tonight, a couple of wins. So off to a good start on this road trip. Welcome to the Dodger Postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel. And you can listen to us on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. I am Pete Fox. Dodgers Postcast comes on after every game. I've been covering sports in LA since 2007 for both ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. Dodgers with an 11-2 win tonight. They're now 15-11 on the season and 6-3 on the road. So many positives to get to tonight. There's just a lot of things in this game that we can dig into and chew on and feel really positive about. Feel good about 3-game winning streak. Yes, Craig, you are correct there. Pajes with 3 hits. Landon Knack looked good. Shohei Ohtani is producing. So, yeah, I mean, I feel a little bit foolish, guilty, like I overreacted. I haven't done a Dodger game since Saturday, which they lost that game. And that was part of a rather ugly homestand for the Dodgers. They wrapped that homestand up with an 10-0 butt whooping of the, I don't remember who that was, the Mets. And I think I remember at the end of the Saturday night broadcast, I kind of forecasted, predicted, wished for an ass whooping. And that's what we got. So I felt really good about that to some extent. I felt like I was responsible for that. Like, this is what the Dodgers need. And that's what we got. And I've been hard on Ohtani, but I think he can handle it. You know, he deserves to be held to a higher standard because everyone thinks he's the second coming of Babe Ruth. And in many respects, he is. So, you know, we can't hold Shohei Ohtani to the same standards as everybody else. He has a higher bar. He has to get to a higher level than everyone. And to be quite frank, he's gotten there. The numbers are fantastic. And if we go back to Saturday, just a little bit of refresher as to what I was complaining about, I feel like Shohei Ohtani is getting on base and putting up numbers, but he's kind of being a Russell Westbrook where he's putting up triple doubles all the time. And yeah, it doesn't really mean much. Well, as of Sunday, that whole storyline has changed. He's hitting home runs. He's getting on base. He's scoring runs. He's producing runs. He's doing everything that you could ask for. I believe leading the league in batting average. So yeah, two or 3 days ago, it's today, Wednesday. So 5 days ago on Saturday, I was a little frustrated that Shohei Ohtani wasn't giving us enough in spite of having a really, really good batting average and a fantastic slash line. It's gotten better. So I have nothing to complain about with regard to Shohei Ohtani as of right now. I mean, he has been fantastic. That home run he hit, was it this? I think he hit one on Saturday, hit one yesterday. That was 350 feet. That was an absolute rocket. And he just continued today. 2 doubles, 3 for 6. His average up to 371, on base percentage of 433, and he's batting, his slugging is 695. So he is living up to the billing and earning that rather massive salary that he has received. So all good in the Shohei Ohtani department. We'll break down his entire day on the Ohtani ticker in the next segment. We'll also get to the Diamond Dogs list. So many people that we could put on that list today. It was hard to just find 5 Diamond Dogs today that were fantastic in this win. Again, 11-2 over the Nats. 20 hits, or was it 21 in all? 20 hits total. No errors. They scored in the first, second, third, fifth, 2 in the eighth, and then 3 in the ninth. They were rolling so well at the end of the game. Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, all of those guys got up in the eighth and then again in the ninth. So that was nice to see. I don't really ever feel like this one was in doubt. It was 3-2 at the end of the second because the Nationals rallied a little bit against Knack, but it was all said and done. I think Knack with another performance that was really, really okay, we're back. God, freaking internet. As I was saying, Landon Knack's performance was inspiring and uplifting and just gave you a positive feeling about his future. The thing I like about Landon Knack is early in the game. What was the second? Maybe it was it was the second inning. I was just looking at him pitch, like kind of breaking it down, like under a microscope, if you will. And I was like, the thing I like about this guy, he doesn't give them anything to hit, right? His breaking ball is just sharp. It breaks out of the zone. It probably looks like it's juicy right over the plate, and then it breaks out of the zone. And then he throws a fastball right over the plate, right down Main Street, and it was ripped out of the yard for a home run, which got the Nationals to within 1. So he's still a rookie. I understand. But all in all, I feel like he's just got this tenacity, this game face, this approach where he does not care about that stuff. He doesn't ever look worried. He worked into the 6th inning. He had an 8-pitch 5th and a 9-pitch 6th. He was a bulldog, you know. I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of Oral Hershiser in him or something. He just kind of has that sort of, I don't care what happens around me. I'm just going to keep throwing the ball hard. And he's got a real approach to the game that I really like. I think I feel like his future is bright. And even when he gives up a couple of runs, I think he just shakes it off and says, whatever, let's keep rolling. And I love that about him. I mean, he's a big kid. He throws the ball hard. He's got good stuff. I think it will get better. But more than anything, I feel like in his head, he doesn't feel like a rookie. The look on his face when he gives up a home run or when he gets into a jam, it doesn't look like he's all that worried. He's like, whatever, give me the ball. Let's go. And I love that about him. So good first inning, gave up 2 hits, but no damage. All in all, I think a fantastic performance for Landon Knack for his first win. He went 6, which is a big thing because, the Dodgers, they don't like sending dudes into the 6th inning. It has happened a few times recently, so that's nice to see. 6 innings, he gave up 2 runs on just 3 hits, 3 walks, all in that 1 inning. So again, much like in his first outing, he had a bad first inning and then went 4 hitless perfect innings. So that was, even though it was a loss, we came away from his last outing as a rookie, his major league debut, feeling really, really good about things. So tonight, even better. Gets the win, 5 Ks, 94 pitches, and his ERA down to 3.27. So solid performance from Landon Knack. 2 thumbs up, 5-star, A+. Don't know what else to say. Maybe A, right? An A+ would be shutout 5, shutout 6, but he did give up 2 runs on 3 hits. So it was very, very good. 11-2 the final. There's a lot more to talk about. We'll get into it after the break. I'm Pete Fox. This is the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel, a place to hang out when every game is done. And you can listen to us on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. All right, tonight's show brought to you by Monopoly Go. If you have that competitive side like I do, you should check out Monopoly Go. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's been downloaded over 150 million times. It's a great twist on Monopoly where you play not one other person or 2 other people or 3 other people. You play hundreds of other people on a whole bunch of Monopoly boards in crazy locations, building up amazing cities that bring you big money. The best part is messing with all your friends that play as well. You can charge them rent on iconic properties, just like classic Monopoly. But now you can rob their vaults of riches for yourself if you want to be greedy. And the leaderboards show you who has the biggest Monopoly board and who the biggest Monopoly tycoon is. You can team up with friends and people all around the world in timed tournaments and earn huge rewards. So get in the game and join your friends. Download Monopoly Go free. It's on the App Store and Google Play. Also brought to you by Prize Picks, the largest daily fantasy sports platform in North America. The easiest and most exciting way to play DFS is just you against the numbers. You don't have to battle other professionals or pros, sharks, etc. You just pick more or less on 2 to 6 players and their stat projection for the night and watch the winnings roll in up to 25 times your money. With the Green Goblins and the Demons, it can go even up to 100 times. I haven't ventured down the Demons page yet. I'm still hanging with the Goblins because I feel like the payout's a little bit less, but the opportunity to win is better. And as they say in Bull Durham, winning is like so much better than losing. Baseball season is, of course, now underway and rolling. You can pick combo projections across 2 sports. With the NBA playoffs, you can team a baseball player with strikeouts or total bases, with a basketball player for rebounds, points. They have rebounds by themselves, points by themselves, assists by themselves, or all together. Rebounds, points, and assists. That's a fun total I've done a few times. So there's a ton of different options and varieties to put your 2 or 3 stat projections together. The best part about Prize Picks to me, quick deposits and easy withdrawals, simple gameplay, and an enormous selection of players make it really easy to get involved in Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app. I do have to say that making my initial deposit was super painless and hassle-free, and I got that 100% bonus up to $100. So check them out. Go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnMLB and use the code LockedOnMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. It's prizepicks.com/LockedOnMLB. All right, Dodgers roll the Nats today in D.C. They've won 3 in a row after that win on Sunday. Nice 4-1 win yesterday. James Outman with a game-winning double off the bench. Nice pinch hit, game-winning RBI for him yesterday. Today, not so good. I still think he struggles with 2 strikes. We'll get into that in a little bit. But when he's got 2 strikes on him, he does not shorten up. That's not something that is in his arsenal as of yet. But it didn't really matter. Tough day today. 0 for 5 for Outman, but no case. Didn't look bad. So I still feel like when he's in 0-2, it's just he's not a defensive guy. So I'm really surprised. I thought for sure he had a strikeout today because I was watching closely at one point, but he did not strike out today. So good for him. Gavin Lux, a nice day as well with a couple of hits. Mookie Betts with 4. Will Smith with 4. It was on for the Dodgers and their bats today. It just felt really good. Let's get into the Diamond Dogs list today because there's a lot of guys that need some special recognition in this game. An 11-2 win with 20 hits. For number 5, Mookie Betts, a 2 RBI single in the second inning, got the Dodgers a little bit of a pad. They were off to a 1-0 start in the first inning, and then Mookie Betts with a 2 RBI single made it 3-0, and that really, just gave Landon Knack some comfort, and I think he probably thrived on that. For number 4 today on the Diamond Dogs list, Max Muncy had a single, knocked in Will Smith in the third. It made it 4-2, so added to the lead there, a little bit of insurance, but it got way more comfortable than that. For number 3, Gavin Lux, a 2 RBI single in the fourth. That made it 6-2. And for me, that was the turning point of this game, honestly, because Max Muncy, top of the 5th, doubled. They had second and third with no outs. And then the next 2 batters made out. So Gavin Lux comes up with second and third, 2 outs, and singles those guys in. So that was a huge hit for him. And all you Gavin Lux haters that are like, he needs to be benched or traded or sent to AAA, starting to come around. I know his average still stinks. He's batting 167, but as I've said all along, I feel like the swing looks good, and he proved that today. 2 for 5 with 2 RBI. It's been on record from Dave Roberts that they're going to give him 150 at bats before they decide anything about him. So I don't know where we are in that list of, or that amount of at bats for him. I don't know if I can look that up here. 20 games. He's only got 66 at bats thus far. So he's got about 90 more at bats before they make any decisions as to what they're going to do with Gavin Lux for the rest of this season. So he's number 3 on today's Diamond Dogs list. Number 2, just Will Smith, 4 hits, right? Never had a 5-for-5 day, but he's had 3 4-hit days this season. So he's on the list for all 4 of his hits. Again, I said over and over again, I feel like Will Smith is one of the best hitters. He and Mookie Betts have the best, most compact, efficient swings on this team. And consequently, they're not terribly flashy. They're like the opposite of Shohei Ohtani, you know, with the big, loopy, long, hard, you know, aggressive swing. Will Smith and Mookie Betts are the opposite of that. And consequently, I feel like they're way more efficient and effective. And today, Will Smith had 4 hits, as did Mookie Betts. Sadly, Mookie Betts only got honorable mention today on the Diamond Dogs list, along with Andy Pajes, who I believe has arrived. He is the real deal, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. But today, number 1 on the Diamond Dogs list, Shohei Ohtani. What can I say? I feel guilty. I feel bad, like I was busting his nuts on Saturday. Again, not that he's listening to the Locked On Dodgers postcast. That would be an honor if he did. But I feel like I was giving him too hard of a time with his 350. I think, what did Craig make the comment, which was hilarious? He's the worst 346 hitter in the league. How do you feel about that, Craig? Yeah, he's now batting 371, knocking in runs, hitting home runs, scoring runs. He's literally doing everything, and it's not even a week later. I mean, I guess we got a little aggressive. What can we say? The expectations are a little high, right? I don't think that's unfair to put high expectations on a guy earning $700 million. So I don't want to call what he was in a slump. I want to call it a unproductive, lackluster stretch that he has clearly turned around. So big day for him. 3 hits, couple of doubles, 2 RBI, and again, the average up to 371. So huge day for Shohei Ohtani. Mookie Betts, 4 for 6, definitely deserves honorable mention. 2 RBI. He's batting 365, on base of 468, and his slugging is 625. And the rookie Andy Pajes, definitely a big day as well. His second home run, 3 for 5, scored 3 times, had an RBI. It's just an embarrassment of riches. And I mean, I think this is why ultimately Dodger fans like me get frustrated when they get shut out by the Mets, or they lose. When was it on Saturday? 2-1, or the shutout, I think, was Friday. I don't remember. Let's look it up real quick. But that's why I get frustrated, because we are aware that this is possible. So Sunday for the Dodgers was a 10-0 win, the first of the 3 in a row. Saturday was the 6-4 loss. Oh, the 2-0 shutout was to the Nats at the end of that series. Oh, that was abysmal. So yeah, the 6-4 game just had me like really upset. I was like, what in the hell is going on here? This is not possible. When you see what the Dodgers are capable of, today is what they're capable of. Now, are we going to get this all the time? No, we're not. They're going to, tomorrow they're playing ass crack of dawn. What time's that game start? 6 a.m. Yeah, the Dodgers might phone that one in, right? They might be like, you know what? We're done. We're going to take a break. Will Smith's going to get the day off. Barnes will catch. It's going to be that game 3 of the series lineup. Look, Dodgers are loaded enough to do it. Ohtani had 3 doubles today. Get out of here. No, he didn't. A double. You're right. He did. His first at bat was an RBI double. Then he grounded into a double play. Then he flied to center. Then he struck out, and then back-to-back RBI doubles in the 8th and the 9th. Oh, sorry about that, Kenazaki. You are correct. My apologies there. Heck of a day. Heck of a day. Woo. Yeah, when he's going well, cracking that ball, it just is impressive. But when he's hitting long fly balls to the warning track, you're like, or when he's walking 4 times or 3 times, I know it's productive, yeah, getting on base is good, but we want more. We want more. I'll be way happy with on base percentage in the playoffs. Mr. Seabat. Tomorrow is an all-star game. Who on this current Dodger lineup are all-stars? Well, I would say Mookie Betts is an all-star. I'd say that Shohei Ohtani is an all-star. I'd say Will Smith is an all-star. That's about it. Freddie Freeman not there yet, batting .292. Max Muncy's having a good year. He could get there. Teoscar 1 for 5 today, batting .255. Struck out twice. He's another guy that could get there. But right now, 3 all-stars. As far as our pitching staff, let's see here. I think we have 1 all-star pitcher at this point. Maybe 2, but I doubt it. Let's have a look as to who the all-stars are. I think Glass now is the only all-star as of now. Landon Knack keeps this up. He could be there. Joe Kelly had it rolling for a minute, then he fell apart. I don't think Yamamoto's an all-star yet. Yarborough, that dude's been dealing with his 74-mile-an-hour fastball. All right, we'll get to more of the defense and the pitching after the break. I'm Pete Fox. This is the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel, and you can listen to us on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. Thank you for joining me here. Postcast comes on after every game, and we break it down, and we'll continue that right after this final break. All right, a new sponsor here to the show. The reason I was a few minutes late getting on, we have DoorDash, a new sponsor. This Mother's Day, get something thoughtful for mom on DoorDash. Surprise her from wherever you are with fresh bouquets. If you don't live next to mom, she lives in another state and you can't quite get there, DoorDash is super effective for that. The latest tech, gift cards, self-care, treats, all sorts of other options for mom. I have a 97-year-old mother who lives about 30 minutes away from me, and she loves cookies, right? And at 97, even I took her to the doctor today, and the doctor was like, yeah, she's kind of pre-diabetic. Diabetic is 5.7 or 5.6, and she's 5.7 on this list. So the doctor's like, yeah, she's pre-diabetic. Does she eat lots of sugar? I'm like, yes. She eats lots of cookies, and I send them to her whenever she wants them on DoorDash. And they're like, yeah, you probably should send her fewer cookies. I'm like, okay, but she's 97. Like, what's the problem? She's made it this long eating cookies and frozen dinners. So, if she wants cookies, I'm going to send her cookies. I'll probably just send her fewer cookies. How about that? Order now and get everything you need for Mother's Day on DoorDash. Use the code LOCKEDONMLB to get 50% off your first or next order, up to $15 when you spend $15 or more on flowers or convenience groceries, cookies, candies, tech, whatever it is you need, maybe some medicine, some, Tums for upset stomach after a big Mother's Day brunch. So whatever you need, it is there. Order using the code LOCKEDONMLB. Again, 50% off your first or next order, up to $15 when you spend $15 or more. DoorDash today. Terms apply. All right, Dodgers with a comfortable 11-2 win to extend their winning streak to 3 in a row. This is the first series win for them in a while. They lost that series to the Mets. They lost that series to the Padres. They lost 3 series in a row. So this is their first series win in a while, and that feels good. 11-2. Again, they have a very early start tomorrow. They start at 10:10 our time. So that's 1:10 in DC. Those getaway games are tough sometimes, especially when you're heading to Toronto, which it's not that far. And I know they fly private. So I love it when people are like, oh, such a long flight. So tough when you're traveling. It's not like the Dodgers have to go through security, right? They're not rolling their their roller bag through the airport. I mean, they're flying private. It's a whole different world. Not that I've ever done it, but I am aware that it's not the same as, rolling through LAX. So onto the defense again. Landon Knack got the win his first. He went 6, giving up 2 runs on 3 hits, walked 3. That's an iffy number. I took him from an A+ to an A. And the runs, maybe even A-. Let's not get too crazy here, right? But 5 Ks, that was nice. He did surrender 1 home run. Brazier came in, 1 inning, 0s. Love it. But Yarborough, 2 innings, nothing except for a strikeout. 22 pitches over 2 innings. This guy, man, I'm becoming a huge fan of Yarbs. I don't know if I love the nickname, but I do love the dude. And I've always loved left-handed. I'm a right-hander. I always wanted to be a lefty everything. Lefty pitcher, lefty hitter, the whole deal. And I feel like the game is easier for them. And Yarborough is a perfect example of making the game look easy. The way he comes from all, sidearm and just, it's got to be tough. And I understand why people have a tough time making contact with him. So it's good. I love it. I hope he keeps it up. There's nothing negative about what he's doing as of right now. Again, 2 innings, 0s with 1 K, 22 pitches. His ERA is 3.5. Let's see what Mr. Seabed is. Put Pete on the spot. Let's give Pete 24 hours to put the all-star list together after some beers. Are you talking about the entire all-star team? That is not my game, Mr. Seabed. I am not the guy to talk to at the start of the season about who's going to win the World Series, right? Or who's going to win the Super Bowl. I've been in this game for a long time. Anytime somebody comes up to me and says, so, in April, who are your World Series teams? I'm like, who freaking knows? It's a long season. Anything can happen, right? The NFL is even worse. Who you got in the Super Bowl? I don't know. It's October. I'm not paying attention to who's going to be in the Super Bowl, and I do not pretend that I'm going to put together an all-star team at this point in time. What does BC say here? He's only 0.93 RE. If Ohtani's 360 and 1,000 OPS didn't impress him, neither will that. All right, fair point. Look, it was a tough. I was waffling. Well done, BC. Well done. Yeah. Those numbers are impressive. I kind of had to check myself to a certain extent. The numbers are impressive. Like if you just read the headline, if you just do a flyover on Ohtani's numbers, but we do more than that. We're watching up close, right? We know what it really means. So, those numbers will get him into the Hall of Fame. No doubt, but they're not going to help the Dodgers win a World Series. And that's what we're here for, right? That's what we're here for. So I'm going to hold him to a higher standard. I'm also going to hold this team to a higher standard. I expect just a little bit more. So I apologize. I said I was wrong. Okay, give me a break. Ohtani is crushing. There's no doubt. And he will hopefully continue that. Pajes. And for those of you that have been hating on Dave Roberts, every time the Dodgers lose, it's Doc's fault. How about some credit for bringing up Andy Pajes? Now, of course, we still got to fire Dave Roberts. Come on, Nando, really? You're unbelievable. You're relentless, dude. Fire Dave Roberts. I don't know. How about, look, Freeman and the GM. Honestly, I don't even know the GM's name because I feel like he's just a figurehead. They need to have a GM. So they just said, hey, dude, you want to be the figurehead? You want to be the GM? All right, here. You get to sit by Andy Freeman and listen to all his decisions. He'll run them by you and kind of get your 2 cents, but really he's not going to listen to your opinion. He's going to make his own decisions based on what he thinks and believes, and what the basement of baseball nerds tells him. So, how about giving Dave Roberts, Freeman, the Dodger GM, whoever that is, a little bit of credit for sending Trammell down and bringing up Andy Pajes, right? All you guys did was complain that the bottom of the lineup stinks. They're not doing anything. They're awful. Yeah, they were, and they're getting better. Outman's starting to get hot, sort of. He had it up to like 190, down now to 178 after an 0 for 5 day today. But Gavin Lux, again, hitting the ball. Average doesn't represent anything. Pajes, 3 for 5 today. Had a home run. His second. He's been playing in the bigs for about a week. He's got 2 home runs. That's huge. He's batting .259 with a slugging percentage of .593. Dave Roberts, whether you want to believe it or not, was involved in that decision, Nando. So Dave Roberts deserves a little credit for mixing up the bottom of the lineup, trying to find some energy, and it's working. So beautiful day today. I mean, just a great win. So much to feel good about, so much to be positive about. Landon Knack looked good. The top of the lineup, 4 hits for Mookie Betts, 3 doubles for Shohei Ohtani, and Freddie Freeman, 1 for 5. Will Smith, 4 hits as well. His third 4-hit game of the season already. So just a lot of, fanfare, a lot of excitement, a lot of chest bowing and chest pounding for the Dodgers and the Dodger fans. So call up all your Padre fan friends and say, suck on that. 11-2, 20 hits. All right. Again, back at it early tomorrow. The game starts at 10:10 Pacific time. So we'll see you probably around 12:30, 1 o'clock. Let's see who is getting the start tomorrow. Is it a bullpen day? No, Yamamoto's starting against Mackenzie Gore. That should be a good outing. Mackenzie Gore, the lefty, and is not bad. So should be interesting. We'll be there right afterwards here on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel. And of course on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. Don't forget to check out Jeff and Vince tomorrow. They are banging out their Locked On Dodgers podcast right now, and it'll be available for you later tonight and into tomorrow morning, as it is every day. So thanks for joining me here, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Dodgers win 11-2, improve to 15-11 and 6-3 on the road. Have a good night. We will talk to you tomorrow.